me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta feel the tension. In my thoughts.
Welcome back, everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this video. Today we are going to be discussing something that is interesting that has just come through the pipes, and it is about Josh Jacobs. We were all concentrating on Dalvin Cook and honestly trying to figure out how we can get Dalvin Cook, and you know, it's a good option, it's a good situation, but Josh Jacobs has till the 17th to figure out when he's going to sign the franchise tag. And what we have seen is that he thinks he's going to get traded. He wants to get traded from the team, and it's understandable. You know, the Oakland Raiders, you got Garoppolo as your quarterback. You're not really looking, I don't know what the situation is. You know, the coach is different. You know, everything's different. I don't know what is the actual mindset coming into this year for the Oakland Raiders. I don't think it's much of anything good. But honestly, he is looking for a trade, and what it's looking like is the Dolphins are interested. The Dolphins seem to be interested in Josh Jacobs. And here's what I can say. Dalvin Cook's great. I like Dalvin Cook. He's a really good running back. He would fit the system. But Josh Jacobs, I like Josh Jacobs a little more than Dalvin Cook. I'm going to be real with you. I think Dalvin Cook is, you know, he's had some injuries. I think Josh Jacobs is he's just a studly running back. You know, if I were going to tell you basically who I figure would be the better running back, to me it's Josh Jacobs all day. You know, Dalvin Cook's an amazing running back. I'm not taking anything away from him. But honestly, if you were to choose for me between Dalvin Cook and between Josh Jacobs is... I don't really, for me personally, I don't know a better, more versatile running back in the league. I mean, Josh Jacobs runs with power. He runs with elite elusiveness. You know, he's just an all-around amazing running back. And it showed last year. Josh Jacobs was one of the best, if not the best running back in the league last year. I'm going to stick to my old situation where I really do think that if we're trading a first-round pick for Josh Jacobs, you got to see what Devon Achane can do. But honestly, what I can kind of feel with this situation too is that Chris Greer gets away with a lot of, and I'm going to be real with you. I think it might be this situation. This might be the situation that maybe we get a couple things, because it's much different than the Dalvin Cook thing, where Dalvin Cook was going to be a free agent, and you know, he's coming off of an injury, and it's much different. Whereas Josh Jacobs, you know, you want to get something for him. So I don't know. I think giving up a first round pick is not going to be the move to get Josh Jacobs. I'm really strongly against. I really do think that Devon Achane is going to be a superior running back. I think he is going to be really good. This could also help, and this is the second part of this. This could also help with Dalvin Cook. You know, Dalvin Cook before was the free agent running back in the football league, and everybody wanted him. And now that Josh Jacobs is becoming available, I think that's actually going to help us with either one, because if Dalvin Cook really wanted to go to Miami, well, now we have a second contender coming in where it's not just Dalvin Cook. So now what I said in the last video where he has a little bit of the leverage, well, it's not the same anymore. Dalvin Cook now doesn't have the leverage, because it's like, okay, there's another guy that's just as good, if not better than you, in the pool, and now people are going to be going over for him as well. And what that could possibly do is that now Joe Mixon signed a contract that is very team friendly. You may not get the same amount of money that you would be getting before, because now you're seeing Joe Mixon sign with his team to make it a team-friendly deal that he wants to actually win and not just get a big paycheck, which getting a big paycheck, again, is very understandable. You know, it's part of the league. You want to get paid in order to play, because you never know when you're going to get injured, and you want to get paid for your services. But with Josh Jacobs being in the pool, well, now it's like, okay, if you're going to push too far on the contract, well, we'll just see what we can offer to get Josh Jacobs from the Raiders. And that makes it a completely different ballgame where now there's a second running back in this situation. And what that might do is, one, we might trade for Josh Jacobs if they give us a decent deal and, probably give up Mostert and Jeff Wilson and, maybe Cedric Wilson as well and a couple of draft picks and maybe get Josh Jacobs. And, I would be ecstatic with that. I mean, Josh Jacobs is studly. I think it's a running back that since Ricky Williams we haven't had. But also, when it comes to Dalvin Cook, I mean, now you can't be sitting here asking for $14 million a year or whatever astronomical amount or whatever amount you were asking for before. Well, that's not applicable anymore because there's a second person that we can go for. So now maybe we use this situation of Josh Jacobs. Maybe we don't get Josh Jacobs. Maybe we use that situation to show, listen, now there's a second guy. We're interested in him as well. So if you don't play ball, we're going to probably go for this guy instead. And that could really help the Miami Dolphins in acquiring the running back that they want to get, because now there's, you still have Kareem Hunt. You still have Ezekiel Elliott. You forget that you still have those players still in the free agent pool. Now Josh Jacobs is available with Dalvin Cook. It's going to change some things. It's going to be that the budget that you wanted to set for yourself, well, now it's not as high because a running back that, frankly, in my opinion, is better than you is available. And before that wasn't the case. Now you were the prize. You were the guy that everybody wanted. Now it's not the case. Now you have a better, younger running back that's going to be available. You might not be getting the same paycheck that you want, and you might not, essentially if one of these bigger teams that you really wanted to go to is interested in Josh Jacobs, well, now what happens if they're going for them and they don't really want to focus on this paycheck that you want to get? Well, you might be going to a team that you didn't really want to go to, and now it's about the offers that you would get, and just essentially seeing that the offers you're going to get now might not be from the same teams that you wanted, because now a lot of those teams are going to be diverted to a different player. And I think this is going to help the Dolphins heavily. Like I said, I don't know if we go for Josh Jacobs because the Raiders might be looking for a first-round pick for him. I don't think the Dolphins will give that up. I think we've let up a first-round pick for the last year. We're not going to do it again for this year. I don't think it's the case. But, again, if it comes down to, well, we'll give up a second and a couple of players for Josh Jacobs, well, I think we might be in. I would give up a second-round pick and a couple of players for Josh Jacobs. I wouldn't mind a second and maybe a sixth or something along those lines and some players. I'd be okay with that. Josh Jacobs is redunculous. But, again, it also comes down to, with Dalvin Cook, now there's a second guy. So you can't really ask for the same amount of money you were asking for because, again, Joe Mixon has signed for a team-friendly deal. All these players want to win. If you want to get that paycheck, well, we might just sign somebody else, and now you really don't have that leverage anymore. So what team do you truly want to play for? Because it's not about squeezing us out. It's about, okay, well, if we get this running back, well, now you have to choose between the teams you didn't really want to go to anyways. So I think this is going to help us and put us in favor towards the free agency. Now I think it puts all the power back in the Miami Dolphins' hands for whatever running back that they want to get. And I think it's just going to help us immensely into either getting Josh Jacobs from a trade or getting the right contract to get Dalvin Cook over here. Either way, it is positive completely. But just wanted to make a quick video talking about this. This is an interesting topic, so we'll see what happens with this. But as always, hope you have a great rest of your day. Fins up, baby. Peace.